On behalf of the city of New Orleans and design nerds that never expected to step foot on this stage, welcome. We are so jazzed you're here. My name is Justin Shiels, and I'm a graphic designer, an illustrator, and a visual artist. And I've lived in New Orleans for over 13 years. It's home for me. So, flashback to my first weekend in the city of New Orleans, and me and my roommate, we go to Cafe Du Monde to get beignets. We stopped by Tropical for hand grenades, and well, you know what happened from there. That's like the worst t-shirt in the world. They're all over the French Quarter. You can buy one if you want. So my goal today is to show you that New Orleans is so much more beyond just Bourbon Street and beignets. 6 years ago, I started a local publication called goinvade.com that focused on the people, places, and projects that make this city so amazing. Now, it ended with the 10-year anniversary, commemorative anniversary of Katrina, but I do consider myself an expert on New Orleans. So, let's start with a little history. We were founded by the French. We were ruled by the Spanish for 40 years. And in 1803, America bought us with the Louisiana Purchase. And obviously, we're most known for Mardi Gras, one of the most beautiful, beautiful times of year. We would love to have you come back here in February. And there have been many notable people that have been inspired by our unique culture. Of course, we have playwright Tennessee Williams, we have trumpeter Louis Armstrong, and my most favorite of all, Big Frida, the Queen Diva. Have y'all seen that show on Fuse? Yeah? So, even though we're a crescent city, it's hard for us to know which way is north, south, east, and west. But each of our neighborhoods has a vibrant personality and amazing, amazing things that happen. So you guys, of course, are familiar with the French Quarter, which is known for being the most idyllic place in the world. It features Spanish, American, and French architecture. It's a beautiful place, and you can check out Jackson Square. You can check out the St. Louis Cathedral, and the Royal Street Art Galleries are one of my favorite places for you guys to visit. We also have the Faubourg Marigny and Bywater. So this part of town is kind of where the artists go. It's kind of where the hipsters live, and it's the place where you can have a taste of alternative culture and delicious food. Now, the Warehouse District has been called the Soho of the South. I don't know if I like that, but it's where you can see art galleries and museums and some of the most amazing restaurants. Finally, the Garden District is kind of one of the more historic parts of town. It's where you see the big giant homes on St. Charles Avenue. We have the streetcar there, and that's where you find Loyola and Tulane University. So my goal today is to be your personal tour guide and tell you all of my favorite places to go in the city of New Orleans in hopes that you can explore outside of Bourbon Street. First and foremost, for breakfast and brunch, I recommend Stein's Deli. Now, this place is similar to New York's Russ and Darter's, but it kind of has a lot of New Orleans charm. And what I mean by that is that they're going to treat you like an asshole, but they're going to make you feel like you're at home. Now, the best shrimp and grits in the city is absolutely at this busy Magazine Street place. It's called Surrey's Cafe. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. My personal favorite, though, on the menu is their salmon, eggs, and cream cheese. It is so freaking good. And if you're looking to get fancy and have a jazz brunch, I recommend Commander's Palace. That's where you can wear your seersucker suits, and you ladies, you can pull out your big giant hats. And if your vibe is a little more hipster and you want to be a little more generous with your calories, I recommend you go to Satsuma. They have the best fresh juices and amazing meals. Now, for lunch and dinner, my top pick, of course, is Parkway Po' Boys. And let me tell you about the history of the po' boy. So, streetcar strikers during the Great Depression were called poor boys, okay? And they would eat on day-old bread, potatoes, and gravy drippings, okay? And this became one of the most sought-after and delicious meals. So today you can get a French fry po' boy, you can get a roast beef and debris po' boy, but you can also get all sorts of po' boys with all sorts of crazy things: catfish, crab, oyster, turkey, anything you can think of. But if you're a little more carb conscious, I recommend Pesh Seafood. It's right here in the Warehouse District, and they're so delicious. Their grilled tuna is one of my favorites in the city. Now, I'm a Southern boy at heart from Memphis, Tennessee originally, and my personal favorite place to get fried chicken in the city is Willa Mae's Scotch House. So good. And finally, if you're looking to go on a different route and you don't want to go truly Southern, one of the best places for world cuisine in the city is Ursa Major. St. Roch Market also offers a variety of delicious food entrepreneurs' dishes. Now, I suggest you skip the hand grenades and instead channel your inner Don Draper. Carousel Bar is one of the best places to get a wonderful handcrafted cocktail straight from New Orleans. Our bar is my absolute favorite dive, and if you're like me, you like a grimy setting where you can hear somebody's life story that's super awkward. But if you don't want to go upscale and you don't want to go completely grimy dive, I suggest Cane and Table, a relatable option that has amazing drinks and a delicious food menu. They have pork rinds on the menu. And also, my friend Elizabeth Pierce hosts the cocktail tour right here in New Orleans that takes you on a historic tour of all of the places that you can get drinks. So there's so many sights to see in this city, and for a daytime stroll, I recommend you go to Magazine Street. It's a beautiful, beautiful place for boutiques and shopping and quick lunches and dining and looking very beautiful in your straw hats. I also recommend the Ogden Museum of Southern Art. They're known for their outsider art collection, and they have a truly unique Southern perspective on visual arts culture. Directly across the street from the Ogden Museum, there's also the CAC, the Contemporary Arts Center, and the World War II Museum. And fortunately, this Saturday, we actually have the St. Claude Art Walk, which is our contemporary arts district. It's amazing. You can see all of the wonderful visual artists that are making their names in the city. Finally, if you want to dance off some of those calories, I recommend you see DJ Soul Sister at the Hi-Ho Lounge. She's spinning from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m., and it's completely free with no cover. It's one of the best legendary rare groove experiences. Now, regardless of what you do, I suggest you end your night on Frenchman Street, where you can hear jazz, where you can experience the music, and live just like a local. Now, before you head home, when you get your gifts and trinkets, I suggest you support our local makers here in the city. One of my good friends, Hattie Mall, started the store Hattie Sparks, and it features some of the most amazing products that I've ever seen, curated from locals, and it shows a really good reflection of the city of New Orleans and the things that people truly make. In the same vein, Chop Industries is a bag company that has been killing it. She makes all of these bags handmade in the city of New Orleans, and she has a shop right here on Magazine Street. Finally, popping up downstairs in the design fair, my former studio mate Emily is actually set up with her bookshop, The Stacks, and it's also located inside of the CAC bookstore. So, in conclusion, there's so many ways to follow your NOLA, but this isn't the type of city where you need a strict, regimented schedule. If you let the moment move you, New Orleans is a place you can fall in love with. We're happy you're here, and we hope you have a good time. My name is Justin Shiels, and you can follow me at Justin Made That. And for a full list of all of my recommendations, visit justinshiels.com/AIGA. Thank you.